mean none of us are safe. If they can get Carl Stegner, the richest man in the world, for a little thing like tax evasion...
And fraud, Emily.
I don't care. It shows that nothing is sacred. Weren't you out there on that island where he was?
Uh-huh. Isn't that Harold Everett?
Did you see that list in Newsweek? Isn't he the 4th richest man in the world? Or is it the 5th?
I think it was the 4th.
Harry, may I introduce Mrs. Adele Tosca?
Mrs. Tosca, it's a pleasure.
You know, Miss Everett, I've always admired men with power and wealth. It's a pleasure.
Next week we shall be showing another film that's new to British television, The Sunshine Boys. An Oscar-winning performance by George Burns is coupled with the talent of Walter Matthau, providing one long round of laughter as 2 veteran vaudeville comedians are asked to get together again and recreate their old act. The Sunshine Boys manage very effectively to recreate their old animosities and disagreements in the Monday film next week. On with this Monday's programmes now, and World Cup Report follows in 2 minutes after the news headlines with John Humphreys.
The first national rail strike for 27 years, which today brought the train system to a halt, is to be suspended from midnight tomorrow. The decision to stop the industrial action was taken at the NUR's annual conference in Plymouth by a vote of 47 to 30. That vote came after a surprisingly large number of railway workers showed that they were against the strike by going to work. But even though a quarter of the union members turned up, most services were cancelled, and there were massive traffic jams. London was especially hard hit. The tube trains still aren't running there, but the arbitration service ACAS have invited both sides in that dispute for talks in Plymouth tomorrow evening. For their part, British Rail welcomed the NUR's decision to suspend the strike, but said the main issues are unchanged. Trains should be running normally by Wednesday morning. Another policeman has been shot dead in Yorkshire. Police believe the gunman who killed Sergeant David Winter is still at large in the town of Old Malton. They're warning people to stay indoors and say the man is a trained marksman. The shooting is the 4th in an area covering Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire in the last 10 days, and police are linking 2 of them at the moment. Hundreds of people are tonight fleeing the Lebanese capital Beirut, as negotiators from the Lebanese, Egyptian and American governments try to find a way of getting the PLO guerrillas out of the city with honour. It's still not clear, though, what the PLO's destination would be if they do leave. In Argentina, it's reported that the 3 British journalists held in jail since the middle of April have just been released on bail. They haven't yet applied for permission to come home, but it's thought the Argentine authorities would agree to such a request. And finally, Prince Charles said today his baby son has a very nice name. William Arthur Philip Louis, now a week old, will be known as Prince William of Wales. And that's all from me. Good night.
And now the weather. Anne Purvis will be here in about an hour's time with her late night forecast, but for those of you who won't be with us then, this is the basic picture. Central and eastern areas of England and Wales will start the day dry with some sunshine, but the cloud will soon build up and there will be scattered showers developing from midday onwards. Western parts of England and Wales, together with Northern Ireland and Scotland, will have showers right from the start of the day, but in all areas there will be sunny spells between the showers. In southwestern parts of England and Wales, the showers are likely to die out in the afternoon. And temperatures in the range 16 degrees to 19 degrees centigrade, that's 61 to 66 Fahrenheit. This is BBC1. And now highlights from today's soccer action in Spain in World Cup Report.
Good evening. 2 World Cup matches today, and we've action from both. There's Belgium-Poland.
And it comes into Smolarek. Oh, he's hit the post.
And Northern Ireland's opponents, Austria and France.
And here is Gengini. Hit the post. Brusco.
Bobby Robson confirms he could be the next England manager.
It's the pinnacle of anyone's career, and I just feel I have to take it. I mean, I have a duty, I think. Someone has to take it and do the very best job you can for your country.
Well, it looks as if Bobby Robson's next job will be that of England team manager, but he's still very much part of the existing setup. And on Ron Greenwood's behalf, he's been watching the West Germans, and we'll hear what he thinks about them later on.
Well, our starting point tonight is with the 2 who qualified in the same quarter-final section as the Soviet Union. Belgium, runners-up for the European Championship, and Poland, who are just beginning to find their true World Cup form. Alan Parry's our man in Barcelona.